Two-time state topper, gold medalist, homemaker, entrepreneur, banker, restaurant owner now. We are not talking about different people. We are talking about just one person, Manju Matthew. Welcome to the show, Manju.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Manju, the show is called a Tiki Talk. Is that okay with you?
Absolutely. I love tikis.
I can give you a love for burgers. I wanted to check that.
I love both.
Okay. Our rides here. Let's just go there. Now you're a successful restaurant owner. But tell us about the 10-year-old Manju. What was your childhood like? Where did you grow up? What was it like?
I had a very loving family. I am the eldest of three. Since my dad was on a transferable job, I've studied in different schools, different colleges. So my childhood was where, I was always on the move.
Were you always meant to be an entrepreneur? Is that the way you were brought up, or was it more traditional? How was it?
My dad had always maintained that girls need to study, but basically education is a qualification wherein, you get married and you settle down. Upbringing was totally traditional.
So today's Teachers' Day is September 5th. We are shooting this. So, who's the teacher you remember the most? Could be a school teacher. Could be anyone you consider your biggest teacher.
My mom's father, he is a maths teacher, and usually maths teachers, we consider them to be very strict. But
That's
my
true.
grandfather was one teacher. Everybody adores him. He has never used a stick in his entire life. He was so pleasing that all the students love him, adore him. And he used to give us maths, lessons when we were kids, when we go on vacations and all that. And I used to love his classes because he had such passion and love for maths and passion and love for the students as well. So he would teach you as if, a mother takes care of the kids.
You were a banker. You spent like a long time in the Middle East. How did a banker from Middle East turn up in Cochin and become a very successful restaurant owner?
So initially, before I completed my MBA itself, I started working, but that was a sales job. And many of my husband's friends said, sales is not really for women, it's very tiring, it is very difficult and all that stuff. And I'm like, why not? So I was always on that, I'm a person who loved to experiment, like the subjects I have experimented. When people said, it is a tough job,
So
I said, why not?
Tell me, if somebody
Why
tells
not?
you it is tough, does it inspire you even more to do it?
Yes.
You're like that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I went into doing sales, and in between I was studying as well, and then I was a top sales executive, and I got many awards, being the sales executive, and it's a difficult job. I know it is very difficult, to meet your targets, and by that time I've had my first son also. So managing a full-time job, and that is a highly pressurized sales job, and my son, and in between I was doing my studies as well. So I have always been able to do things which people generally think, it's difficult. If it is difficult, it inspires me more. So then slowly I got into banking. I was in business banking earlier. And then when later I got promoted and went into global banking. And global banking was dealing with large multinational corporates who were coming into Doha for building up the stadiums, the roads, the infrastructure, and career was actually going great, Manager multinationals, global banking, HSBC is a very nice profile to have. And I was extremely in the peak of my career. All of a sudden, the global recession happens in 2012, and I'm out of my job. That was a real blow. Maybe my ego was hurt. That is the turning point. That is the moment when I said, if I can put in so much of effort and so much of, my time and commitment for someone else, and then I'm being sacked, why don't I start something of my own? I had thought about many different businesses. It's not that I jumped into this particular business. There was, a concept of a Montessori school HR consultancy, online furniture store. So actually, I was brainstorming on what to start. I just knew that I had to start something, but I didn't know what to start. And I was talking to friends who had experience in those lines, and nothing materialized. So I started working again. There is a time for everything, they say. So my time had
still
not
not
come.
there.
Yeah. So I started working again for another bank, and that was also a good job. But at that point in time, what changed was that my motivation level had actually come down. There was no passion, there was no commitment. Yes, I was going there, I was doing my job, and I was just getting out. But the passion which I had before I lost my job was not there. And then a family emergency came up. I resigned my job and I came back with the kids, basically to take care of my father in law. And my husband continued in the Middle East. I'm a person who has been actively working for so long, so I didn't want to stay idle. There is a caretaker at home, and I don't have to be full time with him. So I put the kids in school, and then I started talking to my brother. Why don't we start something? Okay. So the first business which we started was a frozen yogurt store. It's called it's a franchise business. We took a franchise because though I was working in business banking and all that stuff, and I am a bit familiar with funding SMEs, but I've not started, not actually run a business.
It's different way on the other side, yeah.
I took a franchise of Yogurt Bay. That's a frozen yogurt store. And started out very, very small, and they came and gave us the training and all that stuff. But at the back of my mind, I had always wanted to have a burger store. Reason being, when we came to Kerala, my kids were actually missing real good burgers, because I came back in 2014, and that time, Kerala didn't have many burger stores.
Authentic burger stores.
Yeah, it was mostly the bakery burgers kind of things. So I told my brother, why don't we have, a burger store also attached to the Yogurt Bay? So he was a little apprehensive, but still, I said, anyways, we have rented out the space. And what we did is we built a wall. It was a very small store, very tiny store. We built a wall, brick wall, and one side was Yogurt Bay. And one side, we just started with three burgers.
That's how you started.
That's
Okay.
how I started.
Was you started making burgers on dosa pans? Is that true?
True.
Tell us more about it. I found that fascinating.
When me and my brother thought about having this burger concept, initially, of course, burgers are grilled, and we have to have the equipments and the infrastructure and everything ready at a later stage. But before that, we had to experiment making the burgers. So, which is the best thing to grill a burger? We used,
Will you recommend that for homes? Like you can make burgers on dosa pans?
Never. I only recommend people to come and have at the Burger Junction.
Burger Junction has been rated as one of the best burgers in the world. How did you get here? Like, it's not easy being in that list.
There are a couple of things. First is innovation, quality, and service. Initially, when we started with just 3 burgers. And to have this 3 burgers, people were coming from all over Cochin. What we wanted is to have world-class burgers served to Kerala people. So whatever you find abroad, whatever you find internationally, you will find it in the Burger Junction.
Amazing. All this talk of food is making me hungry. But I'm sure you're also hungry.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it's customary on Tiki Talk to have a tiki. Are you up for it?
Definitely.
Can we get the tikis, please? Oh, what an amazing journey, right? 4 degrees, banker in Middle East, starting a successful food business, ranking in the top 10 in the world. So what's next for you?
Expand with caution. What we stand for is quality, and we don't want to compromise on that. So expansion will be done, but at a much slower pace.
There are so many young people who will end up hopefully watching this,
Yeah.
especially a lot of young women. And we have, by the way, 50,000 plus women entrepreneurs on Swiggy.
Right.
With any message for them on what they can learn from your journey?
If you have the passion to do it, there's nothing stopping you. Just go ahead and do it. It's not, there's nothing called the right age to start a business, or I don't have the experience to start a business, or I'm not from a family background of business. You have the passion, just go.
It was super fun having you on this Tiki Talk. And you know what will make it even better? If you turn the boat towards Cochin and have a burger at your Burger Junction.
Definitely, I totally agree.
All right. Thank you so much.